Hey guys, I'm Dov, and today I'm back with more Total War Warhammer 2 multiplayer action, and I don't know if you can see behind this thick crab here, but we do have Queen Bess today, and the Vampire Coast going to be playing Hadris in a bit of a showdown here, so let's get straight to it. Since there's obstructed line of sight, I decided to bring Queen Bess on this map, since I can potentially use some of these things to block incoming shots from, say, like a bolt thrower. Got the triple gun hero, just so that they can feed each other ammo. Gunnery Whites, obviously with the ammo recharge, and the Fleet Admiral with the Crab and the pistol. She actually has this here Black Perept, which is basically like a temporary Greater Arcane Conduit. She's also got the Opal Amulet and, of course, Lore of Vampires. As for the rest, we've got a couple of bats here with the Gallows Giant. We've got some deckhands all around. And, yeah, more and more deckhands. We've got the Black Spot and some Scurvy Dogs also. So yeah, pretty good stuff so far. For Hadris Dark Elves, he's got a Supreme Sorceress Lore of Fire, which is a counter for Queen Bess. That being said, the fireballs do need to actually hit Queen Bess's model, and that one looks like it did there. As for the rest, some Harpies. We've got Dark Riders with shields. 4 units of Shades. Decent choice in this matchup. We've got some Bleak Swords. Some Dread Spears, so just mass infantry. The Strong Skirmish is definitely pretty good. If you can bring good mid-range skirmishers, the Vampire Coast, I mean, they definitely, of course, with pistols and stuff, they have a lot of strong mid-range, but they tend not to bring a ton of pistols. But, yeah, Hadri's going to be forced to attack here, and the, yeah, Queen Bess, unfortunately, I can't see the Shades right now, so we're just shooting at Dread Spears and Bleak Swords, but getting any value we can out of it before it gets completely destroyed by fireballs here. And let's see, that one does make pretty solid contact, or maybe I actually think it hit the ground just there in front, perhaps. But yeah, not the most damage in the world, but you can see the fire necrophects here going to be flaming those Harpies, just doing a little bit of a leadership debuff so that they can't really stand up in terms of leadership to these mass bats. I think the fire necrophects will just fire in here as well, regardless of the bats. I'm not really sure where that shot was going, but anyway. You can see the Gunnery Whites have discovered in a painful way the Shades, but then that also leaves them visible to Queen Bess, which is generating value this whole time that Hadris is trying to fireball it here, so definitely getting some pretty good work done. I was a little bit skeptical, obviously, against like mass bolt throwers. A bit of a swing and a miss there. Queen Bess is pretty vulnerable, but yeah, on this map, with this positioning as well, just being up and behind this house, like I wasn't too worried about bolt throwers in this situation. So you definitely always want to keep the map in mind, and I know there's a map guide floating around somewhere, but you can see here the Harpies rush in to try and get on Queen Bess. The Black Spot, though, are basically acting as the protection. They have missiles and decent melee stats, so they can beat down those Harpies, see them off there, and we'll continue to fire in with Queen Bess. Try and fire in on this blob. Oh man, didn't quite make full contact there, but decent work so far. And yeah, this summon just to kind of was just to kind of break up the advance a little bit here, just to kind of disrupt things, get a little bit separated. You can see the Sorceress comes in here, and she is getting shredded slowly but surely by the triple gun hero here. It's going to be pretty brutal stuff. Queen Bess is getting a little bit low, but so far so good. We've been able to just keep most of our high-value units kind of intact here. The Shades are starting to generate some value, though, so we're going to need to be careful. A nice burning head there. Did a lot of damage to the Black Spot. Also gets a bit on those zombies as well. But yeah, the Flame Necrophects is really brutal because I'm trying to keep it out of range of the Shades as much as possible. Oh, man. Looks like the Fireball on Queen Bess hasn't quite finished her off yet. It does take quite a few fireballs to actually finish off the unit model of Queen Bess, since they nerfed Fireball. And yeah, you can see, oh man, looks like the Necrophect's going to take some damage now. Should be okay. The burst damage from Shades is definitely pretty real, so I'm going to try and pull back there as much as possible, but the fact that the Supreme Sorceress is getting routed off here is really rough. She is very low on HP, and the Manticore is pretty quick, but yeah. The consistent DPS of that triple gun hero is just so strong. At this point, Queen Bess does get kind of taken down by some Dark Riders and some Harpies, but that's fine. She's already generated quite a bit of value. 73 kills on quite a few on some Shades as well. You can see the Shades having taken some damage. The Hound and Bat Squad was able to clean up some Dark Riders out on the flank, and now we're going to get them in on the Shades. Get a big old Overcast Dance Macabre so that all these guys get more melee attack. They can just really chew through some of these units here. Got some zombies mixed in as well. Deckhands, I believe these are just regular deckhands. Managed to work their way up and around the flanks here. So, beautiful shot. Love the vampire scenery as well. Kind of thematic, not super thematic, I guess, with the coast, but they're coming home to pay someone a visit. And I guess, yeah, guess the Dark Elves followed him here and learned the hard way. This is a tough situation. Yeah, Shade's definitely going to be tough. They do have pretty decent leadership here, and without Queen Bess, I don't have a lot of tools for taking them down very quickly, but you can see that the Supreme Sorceress does come back. She's going to throw a fireball, do some good damage to the Admiral there, but, I mean, it's a lot to deal with in the late game. I'm not sure exactly. The Fire Necro effects must have got finished off there, yep, by the Shades. So you definitely can see the burst damage from Shades is very real, especially when you bring this many. But the nice thing about the Fleet Admiral as well is because of that Opal Amulet, she can tank some damage. Just the general healing and tankiness of, you know, she's got the Hunger as well in melee. So the Shades are eventually just going to get worn down here by kind of army losses. We do still have the Black Spot online. Both the Gunnery Whites as well are going to be very healthy. And they're able to just continue to plink away at the Shades also. You know, whenever they can. You definitely want to try and keep them focused on single entity targets, like monsters or, you know, even Cav is pretty decent as well, but shooting infantry is not bad. It's just their shots don't do the most penetration. Like if we have a look here, the Admiral, maybe if she gets a shot off, she might actually not get a shot off. But yeah, pretty decent stuff. Fun battle with Hadriz. It's not something that I would use on every map, because on a map where it's more open, Queen Bess is going to be very vulnerable to getting shot, counter-shot by like bolt throwers. But in a build like this, it definitely can work, or on a map like this, I should say, it can work decently well. With this build also, I mean, the Gallus Giant did end up getting taken out there, but still 85 kills, was able to kind of break up that flank, help break up some of the Harpies and stuff, really helped the Bats pay out quite well. Scurvy Dog's also on that flank, able to take out the Dark Riders pretty efficiently, get up and around, get on the Shades also. Black Spot, just kind of a good all-around unit to have. I would pretty much recommend having them in just about every Vampire Coast build. The fact that they can defend an artillery piece, you know, with gunfire and, you know, bayonets if they need to, basically. And then, of course, the triple gun hero. And this is something that I've been messing around with quite a bit lately, if you've been following the channel. Yeah, there's a number of benefits to running it this way. Let's see here. So the pistol, of course, has the two variants have different items, right? So the halberd has Van Horseman Speculum, which is also a very strong item. Minus 27 melee defense, 26 melee attack. Only lasts 16 seconds, though. And, yeah, has a 90-second cooldown. It's pretty decent. Wand of Jet is also good, another magic recharge item. However, it does give you ability recharge. It does have a shorter cooldown than the Black Pyrept, but the Black Pyrept, I don't know. I would need to do some hard testing to really figure it out, but it feels like the Black Pyrept is a little bit better just because it's a greater burst, and that greater increase to power reserve, especially in the late game, makes a big difference. Because really, I'll probably make this into a guide one day about magic in general, but the power reserves are the ability that you want to look for more than anything. So the fact that great increase to power reserves, especially into the late game where you have very little power reserves left, that actually can get you a bit of Winds of Magic. So Black Pyrept, definitely very strong, and of course the Opal Amulet lets her tank out quite a bit of damage. Doesn't have a ton of range, only 90 range on the pistol is not great, but it does a lot of damage. Well, not that much damage per shot, I should say, but it has a very quick reload time, and I mean, like 180 damage per shot is not amazing, but again, that quick reload time, she has quite a bit of ammunition as well, so she can kind of just deliver that sustained DPS over the course of a battle. Definitely pretty strong. And then, of course, the Gunnery Whites, I tend to take them with no abilities. They still have their their more powder. They get this for free. They also get this here for free, which is the extra powder. I mean, I guess that's the army ability for the coast, right? But yeah, only 1,100 points. They can feed each other ammo. They're relatively tanky, so definitely a nice little leadership core there. And yeah, From there, you definitely want some zombies, and then you can kind of, if you were to make that build that I was just using with Queen Bess more competitive, you just trade it out for a couple carronades, maybe, you know, grab some more zombies, maybe opt for a bloated corpse. There's some different things that you could do. But just something like this, I think, if you wanted to make this a little bit more competitive, with just like 5 zombies, might grab 5 halberds. Definitely want, again, the black spot. Hounds are very essential here. Might go with 2 bats. I don't know. I don't know that I would want to go with a full stack, because then you can't summon units. But you could come in here, maybe upgrade one of these to the RORs, and then cut another one, and that leaves you at least another slot for summoning. And you know, we have enough that we could maybe upgrade some units to do some different things. But it kind of just depends. This does lack terror, I will say. So if we needed to grab some terror, let's see, the regular Morghuls do not have terror. Night terrors do. Actually, some sirens might not be bad, so maybe we'll come in here and cut some of these guys down and grab some sirens, maybe cut one of these down as well. Something like this, I think, might be pretty solid. The sirens, you're going to have to be careful to keep them away from magic damage, obviously, and you might want more than one, but just in general, it does give you that terror. It gives you, you know, that melee attack debuff as well. So you can definitely use this in some different ways. Let me know what you guys think, though. If you have some experience playing Vampire Coast, if you've used this this triple crab here, I guess I could probably optimize cost here on spells and actually maybe take another siren. If we do that, yeah, just about. Have to come in here and maybe fine tune a few things. I might cut all hands way, just because, I mean, the weapon strength thing is nice, but you're not probably not going to be in melee much anyway. She's more of a missile hero, and the leadership is good, certainly for undead, but crumbling's not really much of an issue when you have healing anyway. So yeah, something like this I think it would honestly be pretty solid. You could, I guess, upgrade one more of these to a halberd just to really fine-tune things. And yeah, this build seems decently competitive. I might actually try this in a tournament at some point, but we'll see. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this. If you do like this sort of content, be sure to like, subscribe, hit that bell notification button, so every time I upload a new video, you'll be notified. Thanks again for watching, and we'll see you next time.